There's this morbid delusion that we have that only God knows the one that is going to succeed tomorrow. Only God knows the one that will fail. Only God knows the one. If only God knows, then why are you working hard? There are certain things that God has placed within our jurisdiction to determine. And I want us to understand that. And doing well in life is part of those things. That if you understand the principle that makes room for those things to happen, your result in life should be as predictable as anything. And I want you to understand that a believer ought to have a future that is predictable. And the guarantee for that to have is wisdom. That you have access to quality information. You have access to quality opportunity to be transformed, and you put those things in your life and you watch your life turn around. It is easier to relinquish the responsibility about your life to God. And sometimes, in fact, I will have said that Africa is the most prayerful continent, except that I don't understand the content of the prayer sometimes. Because oftentimes the content of the prayer is we abdicating responsibility to God for the things that God has determined that we should be responsible about. We pray that God will build Nigeria for us. Meanwhile, if we understand the Bible the way we should understand it, we have the wisdom in it to build it. I really do not think that Africa received religion well. It's like there's a way we took the baton and we ran backwards with it. So it tells us that there's a gap in our understanding. I'm not saying prayer doesn't work. I'm saying that if you are praying about the things that God has given you wisdom to solve, it's a waste of time. It doesn't work like that. And it is important we understand. In fact, most times believe that there's going to be sudden interruption for the things that we ought to build. And that's why I tell people, if you are going to do well in life, miracle is not the strategy for success. Principles are. Miracles are only needed because certain things were not in place. For instance, health is a principle. Healing is a miracle. Which one do you prefer? Healing or health? Health is better. You have to be sick to need healing. But you have to live right, manage yourself, understand your body, and do what is right. To walk in health. It's as simple as that. The life responds to the principle of cause and effect. Newton put it like this, that to every action, there's an equal but opposite reaction. Very fantastic. All right? So there's a back end, and we have to understand that. But there are principles for these things to work.